We're going to talk about the path in a second. I
Okay.
promise.
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Okay, but the other thing we were doing research on you a little bit. Your wife's really into making a murderer, which we all were.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
But
my
she's
God.
even more hardcore because she's trying to figure out the case to the point where she's sending stuff to the new lawyer.
Yes, no. It was actually the original lawyers.
Oh, the original ones.
So we were waiting for that show. We knew it was coming out, so we actually saw that show the day it came out on Netflix, and we finished it the second day. It was before it got the crazy, wave behind it, and so she started watching it for the second time right away.
Yeah.
And she started picking up on some things, rewatching it, and like she saw, the ex-boyfriend who was leading the whole investigation. We all knew, okay, this guy, he has something.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's behind it. He's leading the investigation, and then she notices the guy who is never a suspect has giant claw marks on both of his hands. Like, there's scabs on both of his hands.
Yeah.
And he's leading this investigation. She's like, what is this? And she is freaking out. She calls me. She's like, I think I cracked the case. I'm like, what are you talking about? You cracked the case. She's obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And so I got home and she's like, watch this. She's like, did you see anything? And then I'm like, no. She rewound it and paused it.
Damn.
And I'm like, oh my God. It is obvious human claw marks because they're so wide apart.
Yeah.
Anyways, she takes takes a picture of it, writes both lawyers this email, and the subject is, please read, I think I have new evidence. And so she wrote to both lawyers, and they actually responded within like 6 hours.
Wow,
and
cool.
they're like, this is actually
Pretty good.
new evidence. Thank you. We could possibly use this, But it's great. It's just, she was so excited when she got that email from them. Just screamed out, kind of like when you said no.
Yeah.
But she said yes. She was
Yes. They
yes.
got my-
Oh
they
my
got it.
God, they're talking to me. Yes, she's.
You think he's guilty?
I don't know. I think he's a terrible human being.
Yeah.
But there's not a chance in hell that he pulled that off. There's no way he could have pulled that off.
I don't think so
strange.
either. I watch Investigation Discovery, like that channel. I watch it.
Yeah.
I watch it so much that I'm a huge college basketball fan. And last week I missed the Sweet 16 because I was wrapped up in a Wives with Knives marathon on Investigation Discovery. So it's just like, that's how insane, that's how crazy I've
And
gotten.
he loves the sports.
I
so-
love sports, and that's
Yeah.
how. But I'll tell you what, like watching How to Make Making a Murderer, because of all the Investigation Discovery I was watching,
Yeah.
I felt like I'm a detective, and I was thinking what you were thinking. There's no way he could have pulled this off. He has character flaws, yes, but he wouldn't pull it off because most people would do this, and this. He didn't have enough time. Like for me, the phone call that the girlfriend made in the middle of the supposed killing, where he's not out of breath and it supposedly has her chained to the bed,
Yeah.
murdering her in that 10-minute frame, a real murderer wouldn't have picked up the phone. You're busy murdering someone.
Yeah.
So that to me was like, oh well, isn't that's like the biggest piece?
Yeah, exactly.
But-
And it either happened in the bedroom or in the garage, and
Right.
there was no blood anywhere.
I know.
Right.
And
That part is crazy.
And in the
Yeah,
garage,
it doesn't make
how
sense.
would he clean all of that up?
Right.
Right.
And if it happened in the garage had
cracks.
there's cracks. There was dust everywhere. If
Right.
he cleaned everything up, that dust would have been eliminated.
I don't know why they blew that part of the case off.
I-
They just said, he cleaned up the garage, and they even took up some of the concrete that had the cracks
Right.
to see if they could find DNA in the cracks
Nothing.
from blood or whatever dripping in
Yeah.
there.
Right.
Really, it's such a strange.
Either way, he needs a new trial. I think.
well,
Even
the
if he
nephew
did it.
certainly needs a new trial.
Sure.
They don't even talk
Danson.
about
Oh
the
my
nephew.
God, it's
Brandon
so,
Danson. And the memes going up all over for that poor kid. Did you?
So depressing.
It's
Yeah.
so depressing.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know.
I don't. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
see? There's all these memes. Like, Brandon, did you do 9/11? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so sad.
So sad.
I got called into jury duty right after finishing.
Oh shit.
I was so excited. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot wait. And I just sat in the courthouse for the entire day. They never called me up. So
I was booked. I was doing shows right when I watched that in Madison, Wisconsin, and I asked if I could, they could drive me out to Avery Auto Salvage, but they were like, no.
Why?
I don't know, because they were like, it's far. It's like 2 hours.
You should've
Apparently,
gotten-
that part of Wisconsin is like beyond white trash. Like that's where all the crime happens in that area, is out of that whatever
You should
neighborhood it
have
was.
got you should have got an Uber.
I know. An Uber
An Uber
in
to
Wisconsin.
to,
An Uber.
to Avery's.
No, I just sat there and ate bratwurst and shit myself in the hotel.
salad yard.
In the Radisson.
Yeah.
The lovely Radisson.